Okie dokie. We are live. We are live, guys. So let me get my camera associated here. Okay, hope everybody's having a blessed day. We're about to get the party started. I'm gonna go ahead and go live here on Instagram. So just give me a second to get set up there. I got a treat for you guys today. Going to be taking you on a behind the scenes. Okay. Woohoo! Think we're live. Hold on. Yay, we're live on Instagram and live on YouTube. Welcome, world. Hello. Hope everybody is blessed and highly favored out there. It's Tuesday. We're on the second week of October. And like I've been saying the last couple of weeks as we've been getting on here, the market is up, guys. Transactions are happening. Contracts are coming together. It's been a very interesting year out there. But things are looking good. I work in multiple markets in Florida and I'm seeing a lot of movement. I'm seeing a lot of people putting their houses up for sale, buyers out shopping for houses. So I hope that you guys are also experiencing that blessing as well. I appreciate you being on here, catching me live, or if you actually catch the replay, that would be amazing too. So I like to come on here. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Carolyn Castillo, and I specialize in working with families with inherited properties. So these are people that someone in their family has passed away, and now they are inheriting their property. This is a very special type of real estate. There's a lot of different moving parts, and I was personally blessed with finding probate real estate about 5-ish years ago. And I have then gone on to do over 100 probate real estate transactions. Of this date, I'm proud to say anybody that's been on here watching me has basically seen that we have been sorry, somebody's texting me that no one can hear me. Can anyone hear me? Or am I talking to myself? I hope you guys can hear me. So let me see here. It looks like my audio's on, but I don't know. So I'm going to keep rolling with it. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I am also on YouTube as well. So hopefully you can hear me there, guys. Sorry about that. Let me see. Am I on mute anywhere? Nope. It looks like I'm good. So hopefully you can hear me. I'm hoping you guys can hear me. You can hear me there, guys. I have my YouTube on mute because otherwise it'll be a double. But okay, somebody said yes on YouTube. Woohoo! Thank you so much. Okay, you can hear me. So I'm gonna go ahead and continue here. Hopefully Instagram world can hear me as well. If anything, I'll just go off and get back on. But anyway, so basically, I started in this about 5 years ago. Those of you that have been following me have maybe heard about this case that I was working on with 23 beneficiaries. And I'm proud to say it is officially closed in the name of Jesus. We closed it. And so that family has now been able to go ahead and, move on and settle. But probate real estate is different than traditional real estate. Normal real estate, you have one seller, maybe a husband and wife, or maybe just a husband. But in probate, like I said, my biggest case so far was 23 beneficiaries. So there's a lot of moving parts. I personally love it. I love the challenge. I love helping the families. It's a lot different than traditional real estate, where traditional real estate is really kind of all about like, the glitz and the glam. But probate real estate is really kind of getting into somebody's life, sometimes in the worst moment of their life, and helping them restore, build back the dignity, and help them through that time. So today, what I'm going to be sharing with you is a huge part of probate real estate, which is the property preparation. Okay. But I want to go ahead and give an invitation for anybody that's watching this now or in the future. If you're a realtor that is thinking about probate real estate, I would like to schedule a time to speak with you. I'm on a mission to connect with as many realtors across the country that want to make probate real estate a niche. Like in my personal business, I've completely niched down. I'm not doing any other type of real estate. Of course, you do get your referrals and you get people that keep coming back to you to do deals with you. But as far as like marketing and lead generation, everything that I do is focused towards probate real estate. So if you're a realtor out there that's saying, man, my 2026, don't have a clear direction of what I want to do, you've piqued my interest about probate, Carolyn, don't hesitate. Book a call with me and let's talk about what you can do in probate real estate. And specifically, I'm looking for agents that want to build this out for 2026. Right now, we're in October, so we've got October, November, December to get you fully ready to go so that you can knock 2026 out of the park and you can dominate in probate in your respective markets. So if that's you, there'll be a link somewhere. Book a call with me and let's get started. So let's go ahead and jump in to today's training. So when you're in probate real estate, one of the biggest things that you're going to come across is that these houses are not ready to be sold. Okay. Bottom line, when somebody passes away, nobody knows when they're going to go. And right before someone, even if somebody is ill, nobody's thinking, oh, we're going to sell this house, right? When somebody's ill, everybody's just, focusing on them, spending time with them. That's the furthest thing from their mind is thinking about, preparing a house that's going to be sold or that they're going to be inheriting a property. So when the person passes away, it's kind of like this bomb that goes off. And unlike any other things that a person can inherit, right? Somebody can inherit, a 401k or a life insurance policy or something like that. But when you inherit a house, the house comes with all of its glory. So it's a lifetime of belongings. Look around your own house. There may be things that if you were going to sell your house today, you would say to yourself, well, I got to fix that and I got to fix this. And so there's things that need to be done in this house. And again, when somebody passes away, it's not like everybody's, on their rollerblades, like ready for action. Like typically it's not a good time in people's lives. Like they're grieving, they're sad. Now they have to do a funeral. Who's going to pay for everything? I got my brothers and sisters. Now we have to make deals together. Like there's a lot of moving parts. And what happens with the real estate is that it has to be dealt with. It's not a, secured asset behind some bank walls. It's living, it's breathing. There's utility bills, the pool. There's so many things that go along with the real estate portion of probate that the family has to deal with. So today, I'm going to take you in a behind the scenes of an actual property that I'm doing a walkthrough for the first time. Okay. And this is, I've done tons of these, but this is a very good example of what a family goes through. Okay. And what a house looks like when people pass away and somebody inherits it. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. I'm hoping you guys can see it. And the people that are on Instagram, I was thinking I could just flip this camera around so you guys can see it. Let's see if this works. Woohoo, it works. Love it when technology works. Okay, so you're gonna go on a tour with me. Okay, so this is a house that I was a cold call. Okay, so let's frame that right because you guys know I do cold calls. So this beneficiary inherited this property. They did not live local. Okay. So on the cold call, this was like, his dad had passed away. He lived a couple hours away. Dad was a bachelor. Okay. This is how dad was living, right? When he passed away. No judgment, right, guys? Like, I always joke around and say, hey, when I pass away, someone's got to come home and do my laundry, right? So he's not expecting guests, okay? So if he was expecting guests, maybe the guy would have had it organized a bit, but he wasn't. He was dealing with health issues. He wasn't able to keep up. So this is what is left behind. This is what it is. So the executor now, lives hours away, right? Has to figure out how he's gonna, take time off of work, come over and deal with the house. Let's also not mention that this is emotional, right? Like for me, it's not emotional. It's for me, it's a job, it's work. But if this is your loved one and you're having to clean up the house and all that, you know what I mean? Like you find a picture, this can literally take families months to overcome this. Okay. Well, while they're taking months to overcome this, guess what? There's a mortgage bill that has to be paid. This house had a mortgage. Okay. The executor didn't have access to the funds. They were in probate, so they would have to start paying out of their own pocket, right? So while I'm doing this walkthrough, what I'm thinking in my head is I'm thinking, okay, what do I need to do to whip this place into shape? What can I do to bring this house to restore the dignity back to this house? Okay. Now this house was in a good neighborhood. Okay. This is not a bad house at all. I think we're gonna look at the Zillow, the after pictures after this. But this house was sold for I think like 430,000. So not an investor house, right? Like this house isn't all broken down and needs a full remodel. This house is remodeled. It has new floors, new kitchen, right? But it was owned by a bachelor and he was like didn't really, the house is not ready to be sold. So the guy was actually getting cash offers, the executor, and he was like, I'm just thinking about doing a cash offer because I just don't have the time to take off of work, to come down, to fix everything, to do everything. So I presented my services. I said, listen, like this is what I do in the community. Like I work with families specifically that go through this. And I have a team that can come out there, can get the house, whipped into shape, organized, cleaned up, address any repairs. So like you see, I think I'm gonna show in the camera right there where the roof had like a little damage right there. Again, if you were gonna sell a house, you would be like, yeah, I'm gonna fix that drywall, right? Before you put your house on the market. But when someone passes away, it's like all your dreams, all the things that are on your to-do list, they just stopped right there, right? So I'm walking this property. I'm saying, okay, I need to get a cleaning lady in here. I got to get major decluttering needs to happen. I've got a roof repair that needs to take place in the ceiling. It was a beautiful property. You see, like on the lake and under the carport. It was a great house. But because of the circumstance, the executor was considering just selling it to an investor, basically making almost no profit because he couldn't deal with all the cleanup. And he also had the mortgage calling, he had bills due, and he didn't want his father's estate to go into foreclosure and to just, he didn't want that for his dad. So he was like, I was just going to sell it like that. So basically, we came in and took care of everything for him. We went ahead and did all the property preparation for him. I'm going to show you now what it looked like when we were finished. But this is basically a great example of just like, boom, here's a house, here's what happened. Okay. So let me now, I'm gonna flip over to, um, let's see here. Let me flip over. I'm gonna show you the after pictures. Um, where are you? Instagram, you still with me? Okay. Layton, I see you there. I'm gonna text you after this. I'm gonna send you a DM, okay? Okay, so now you're seeing this. Let me share it on YouTube. Okay, so hopefully I'm sharing and this is all working technology wise. So this is the house afterwards. Okay. Oops, we're going backwards. Let me go the other way. There he is. Put her back together, right? I'm not doing any remodeling. I'm not, fixing anything materially. I'm just restoring the dignity back to the house. If dad was still with us and dad was going to put his house for sale, I bet you he would do this on his own, right? He would have came in, he would have cleared off the counters, he would have put away all the mail, he would have made his bed, right? Like we're over here just restoring the dignity back to the house, back to the real estate, right? And now this executor, let me see if I got this right. I'm pretty sure it was 400, 430,000. So again, not a bad property, not a bad house. Let me switch my screen back here, see if I could do it. Yay. Not a bad property, not a bad house, but because of the circumstances, the executor, and that's why, for my investors, that's why investors love these properties, because they know that executors are going to, sell the houses because they just can't deal with the situation. So that's where us as realtors, we come in and instead of getting the person, bottom dollar and just saying, hey, sir, yeah, I can go ahead and take this off of your hands. And then the family makes no money. And then the investor is the one that's going to be capitalizing, right, on this estate, on this family's legacy. Instead, a real estate professional like myself comes in, provides the vendor resources. So whether you're cleaning out these houses or you have a cleaning company, vendors that you work with closely that helps the family with this and getting it done, restores the dignity back to the house, sells the house for what, guys? Absolute top dollar. You get it? Sells the house for absolute top dollar, maximizes the inheritance for the family, and then the family goes on with their legacy, with their loved one, and it provides regular work, consistent work for a real estate professional like myself. Okay. So within that process, from cold call all the way to closing, that deal was probably about 3 months, 3 or 4 months. We had gotten an authorization to sell. They had not finished probate on that house, but because of the circumstances, because he couldn't pay the mortgage, it was going into foreclosure, the executor was not local, the judge went ahead and gave us the authorization to sell. So he was able to sell his house, get out of Dodge, remove the liability, put like 200 grand in his pocket, and have everything done for him. And we were able to get the listing. We were able to provide our services. We were able to provide good services and also charge good listing commission to be able to provide those services for a family in need. Okay. So this is, I want to show you this so that you can see like real life what's happening. Now, if you're a realtor that wants to get into probate real estate, but you're saying to yourself, like you're talking to the executor and they're saying, well, we're not ready right now, but when we're ready, we'll give you a call. Well, by the time they give you a call, you're no longer a probate realtor. You're a regular realtor at that point. So to be a probate realtor means that you get involved in these situations. You get involved in helping them figure out these problems. Whether it's the property preparation, which literally, guys, I've never worked on an estate that didn't need some degree of property preparation. I've had way worse. Like, we're actually working on one right now that was 10 times worse than that, what I just showed you. And I will show it down the road. The before and after is stunning, actually stunning. Okay. And sometimes it's not as bad. Maybe the house is somebody that's very organized, very clean, and they live like that on a daily basis. Well, when they pass away, it's really no big deal. The house is all together, but every single house needs some degree of it. So, when you're a probate realtor, don't shy away from getting involved in the process. Get in the process. And when you become the solution, you're solving problems. And when you solve problems in the marketplace, guys, that's where you're going to get paid for your services. Okay. So I hope that helps, just to kind of see what is your value proposition as a probate realtor, what you can really do in your marketplace. Think about the families where you live that are going through this right now and how they could benefit from having someone like you in their community that can help them overcome this, help them get this done, and provide you consistent listings, consistent business, and a business that is lucrative and a business that is good for the soul, because I enjoy it. I love helping people get through these things. So it's a win-win for me, guys. So if you enjoyed this video, I'm thankful for the people that are watching live. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. And if you're interested, set up a time to speak with me. Let's talk about probate real estate in your life, how we can get you connected, doing deals in your community, and helping people that need help, executors that need help in your community. Okay, guys? Look forward to talking to you, and I'll see you on the next one.